Welcome to Equal Ground Headlines. I am Samuel B. Williams, bringing you balanced coverage on our top stories of the day. On April 8, 2025, the United States announced the implementation of a 104% tariff on Chinese imports, set to take effect at 12:01 a.m. On April 9. On April 9th. This decision follows a series of escalating trade measures between the two nations, marking a significant intensification in their ongoing trade conflict. Escalation of tariff. The sequence of events leading to this substantial tariff began earlier in the year. February 1st, 2025. The U.S. imposed a 10% tariff on Chinese goods. March 3rd, 2025. An additional 10% tariff was applied, bringing the total to 20%. April 2nd, 25. The U.S. announced a further 34% tariff, raising the cumulative rate to 54%. In retaliation, China imposed a 34% tariff on all U.S. imports, effective April 10, 2025. In response, President Trump threatened an additional 50% tariff if China did not withdraw its retaliatory measures by April 8. With no retraction from Beijing, the U.S. proceeded with the 104% tariff implementation. Official statements. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt confirmed the tariffs enforcement, stating they will be going into effect at 12:01 a.m. She emphasized President Trump's stance. It was a mistake for China to retaliate. The president, when America is punched, he punches back harder. China's response. China has expressed strong opposition to the U.S. tariffs. The Chinese Commerce Ministry labeled the U.S. actions as unilateral and bullying, vowing to implement legitimate countermeasures to protect national interests and maintain international trade order. Opinions. Global market reactions. The escalating trade tensions have introduced significant volatility in global markets. Stock markets. Major indices experienced sharp declines, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropping over 2,200 points. Now, latest news and breaking headlines. Commodities. Oil prices plummeted to their lowest levels since April 2021, with Brent crude falling 7.5% to $64.85 per barrel. Economists warn that the intensifying tariff war could have far-reaching consequences. Recession risks. Analysts from J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs predict a potential global recession if the trade conflict persists. Latest news and breaking headlines. Supply chain disruptions. Companies reliant on U.S.-China trade are bracing for disruptions, with some considering relocating production to mitigate tariff impact. News. International reactions. Other nations have expressed concern over the escalating U.S.-China trade dispute. European Union. Officials have urged restraint and called for negotiated solutions to prevent further economic instability. Latest news and breaking headlines. South Korea and Japan. Both countries are initiating talks with the U.S. to mitigate the impact of tariffs on their economies. The imposition of a 104% tariff by the U.S. on Chinese imports marks a critical juncture in U.S.-China trade relations. As both nations remain steadfast in their positions, the global economic community watches closely, anticipating further developments and hoping for a resolution that averts prolonged economic disruption. Interfascinan. Ding, maar zit niet. Kapafel nu derde.